G'day guys and welcome to another video. It's that time of the year again where we take a look at the newest and greatest figures in the industry. It's time for Wonfes. And as usual, I'm going to have a look at them and I'm going to discuss them, but what fun is discussing figures by yourself? So that's why I have my good friend and fellow figure enthusiast, Danny, with me.
Hello, I'm the color commentator.
Yeah, the token color commentator, not as in like you are of color and
No,
therefore
of course not.
token, but just to add color to the conversation rather.
Indeed.
Um, all right, so we are going to be taking a look at figures on a list. The one that was on MFC, I basically went through and I noted the ones that I thought were noteworthy or have something to say, and I sent that list to Danny. He has not seen the list,
Nope.
so he's going in blind, and I'm going in not so blind, but I still have stuff to say, I guess. Alright, so the first figure, we're starting with announcements, FYI. This is from a manufacturer called A+. I have never really heard of them, but this one caught my eye, and for pretty obvious reasons. We are starting
Oh
with
my god.
a bang because I would have to say that this figure probably has the largest breasts on a figure I've ever seen.
Wow,
Probably.
yeah.
I mean,
That's
like, oh, and
ridiculous.
those thighs as
They could
well.
probably crush a truck.
And I just imagine like cheerleading would be the absolute worst.
Oh,
Like to have
jeez.
those because like you just make one little movement and you just like break your back instantly.
I think even if she was standing, that skirt would like still show the very bottom of her crotch.
Pretty, pretty much. All right, so I just wanted to show that because it was just amusing to me. Just I love these figures because they're as I said earlier, more ridiculous than they are titillating.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're moving on to Aniplex, and this figure actually caught my eye. It's an original character, but it's one of many figures illustrated by Tony Taka, and I really like this figure because it's pretty unique. Like, you don't really see that many Chinese dress, like, figures, and
Yeah.
is she, like, has she got, like, a, do you call that a lute? Is that a, you know, the,
Um,
what, like, bards use and all that sort of stuff? I
yeah.
have no idea what that is.
Me neither. Some
But
kind of traditional instrument.
I really like, and I also really like this figure because it's not like it's sexy, but it's not explicit. If that makes sense, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's just got that perfect balance. I think so. I would like maybe even consider getting it. Who knows? We'll just have to see how the full thing turns out. But yeah, I really
Yeah.
like that. A Seikano, is that how you say it? Is that
Yeah,
yeah, Seikano?
Sakano, yeah.
I swear, this girl gets all the best figures.
Yeah.
Like, they are so good, and I really wish. Well, actually, maybe I don't want to be into the series because then I would be spending all this money on one
It's
character.
true.
But
She is she's the titular boring girlfriend character.
yes,
So,
yes, titular in many ways. But like, the concept for this figure is just outstanding. Just
yeah.
absolutely. Okay, the next one is I don't really care about Idolmaster in the slightest, as I mentioned last Onefest
Uh,
video, but what caught my eye here was this probably has to be the frilliest dress I've ever seen.
that is very frilly, yeah.
Like, oh my god, like the amount of sculpting that has gone into that is just insane, and I would love to see it colored. Like, this is one of those times where even though I don't care about a franchise, I still can appreciate good craftsmanship when I see it.
Indeed. Those like bows on her dress are like crazy detailed too.
Yeah, exactly. She's even got
Wow.
like wings, and she's got a
Yeah.
bow on top, and she's got like, I guess you would call them like ribbons in her hair. I don't know. She's got like crazy amount of detail. Like, it's pretty like simple concept wise,
Yeah.
but it's the beauty's in the details, really. I'm really surprised that Muramasa keeps getting figures because it came out, like ages ago in 2010 or whenever, like 5 years ago. And
Hmm.
it just kind of, it got like one figure and it was really popular, but it was just one figure. And then in the last like year or two, it's just got figure after figure and it's just, I really appreciate it because I love the game and I love the
Yeah.
figures, but at the same time, I just have to wonder why the sudden increase in popularity.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. There must be some reason. I don't know, maybe the game's been selling really well for some reason. I'm not sure.
Maybe just maybe there was a boost and like a boost in sales, and then that just inspired them to make a figure, and then that
Yeah,
snowballed into more sales. I don't know, but actually, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done an anime of it yet.
I would love that.
I think that would be really cool.
I still need to finish the game. It's
Yeah,
it's it's beautiful though.
it is beautiful. I just wonder what studio you would get to animate such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But this figure, it I just can't wait to see it in person because the concept
Hmm.
of it is just crazy. Like, how would you
Yeah.
even do that? Like
I have no idea.
all the figures up to this point from the game have been relatively simple. Like, they've had plenty of detail, but this is
Hmm.
just on another level. And I feel like even if you did make this 1/8 scale, the size of it would still be enormous. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make it 1/10 scale or something like that instead.
Mhm.
But either way, very curious to see how that would turn out because it's pretty ambitious. But if one company is going to pull it off, it's probably going to be Altair. The only Amakuni figure that caught my attention was this one because that drill for a tail I just think
Yeah.
is
This is
hilarious.
cool looking.
Yeah,
I would totally get this one.
I have no idea where she is from. Oh, apparently, just looking at the source material, apparently she's from that The Witch and the 100 Knight series. I
I've
don't know
never
if you've
heard
heard
of
of
that.
it. You never heard of it? It's
No.
a Nippon Ichi game.
Okay.
Um, I haven't played it, but apparently she's from the sequel, and yeah, I love that design. It's
Yeah,
just
she's
crazy.
she's gorgeous. I would totally get that if I could.
I quite like Blaze Blue, and I quite like this character. He's very, very fun. Although, what caught my eye about this figure was his right leg. Just something's going on with that right leg. It's just like it has another limb, like
Yeah.
another bone inside of it. Just
Yeah.
um, like I'm sure if I probably had the figure, it wouldn't bother me. But just it was, and I don't usually notice those details. But it was one of those things where it's
No.
just like, dude, have you broken your leg or something like that? Because it doesn't look natural at all.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that Broccoli have been doing some really ambitious figures lately,
This
and
is crazy looking.
I know it's just yeah.
The
Look to the one underneath. Look
Wow,
to the one
that's
up.
even bigger
Yeah, that's
looking.
from the Grand Blue
Whew.
Fantasy, which just has some crazy complex and ambitious figures.
Ugh,
And this
I've
is
been
just,
meaning to get into that series.
and I don't even want to think about the price.
Wow. Yeah.
So next we have a manufacturer which I've never heard of, Fine Clover, and I really like that they're doing a Mume figure,
Oh,
but
Mume.
in a yukata version, like from the first episode or
Yeah.
whatever. Because like every figure we've gotten of her has been great, but they've all been in her like her standard kind of battle
Yeah.
clothes.
Battle
Whereas
outfit.
yeah, whereas this one I really like the yukata. I think it's a nice touch, and I'm sure it'd be beautiful.
She has the toy cup and ball.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the toy that you couldn't possibly get bored of. Now we're moving on to Flair, who have announced a 2B
Oh,
figure.
2B.
Yeah, 2B figure. And just knowing the type of figures that Flair do, I know it'll be just crazy good. And yes, we have
Boy.
Konosuba bunnies. If you go to the second picture, you'll see Megumin there as
Megumin.
well, which I'm sad to see no Darkness bunny. I think that would be just great. but I'm sure she'll come eventually. But these two, I think, are good. Although I think Aqua's hair might be a little bit too like dark blue,
Yeah, too blue.
too blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like Megumin's pose though. It suits her character very much, I think. Very
definitely.
chunny. Oh yeah, Kaito is getting a
Kaito.
1/4 scale figure, which I think is just
Wow.
um, really interesting
Huge.
because, well, yeah, but also interesting because he, I was saying last One Fest, when he got his 1/8 scale figure announced, that it was his very first, scale figure, and now
Oh, really?
yeah, it was his very first scale figure,
Huh.
poor neglected Kaito, and
Yeah, poor
now
Kaito.
he's getting a 1/4 scale as well. It's like that escalated quickly.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, so am I. I'm very happy for him too. He deserves it.
Yeah, good boy.
Now we're moving on to GSC, and we have
Oh,
Kirby,
Kirby.
which is an Endoroid, as it turns out. We were discussing on Twitter if
Oh,
it was a
okay.
Figma or an Endoroid, and I was like, I'm not quite sure, because it has like the Figma joints, but it
Can
has
like barely fit in the Nendoroid stand. I love it.
I know. Well, what I'm really curious about is, so will Kirby come with the armor, or is the armor sold separately?
So I think in like the armor in the game, you can like take apart the arms and stuff and like get different because like Kirby can copy abilities.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
basically the arms can turn into different weapons. So I'm wondering if those will be like the pieces
Accessories?
inside.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they would be. But what I wonder is, would you get a Kirby with it, or is it
I
just
have no
the armor?
idea.
I wonder. Kirby's Nendoroid price has gone up heaps, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad I got it then.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing you didn't wait because, I kind of expected that to happen because it's Kirby, and I mean
Yeah,
he's just made for an Nendoroid.
of course.
I have no idea what this series is, but I
Yeah, I've
love
never
this
heard
figure.
of it.
It reminds me of something that Clamp would do.
Oh yeah,
Just
their long limbs.
totally spaghetti limbs. Yeah, so I have no idea what this is, but it's um just kind of stuck out to me. I really like it.
Yeah. Is that a bug underneath him, I
I
think?
I
I don't know.
think it might be,
Or a
yeah.
ghost? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I would love to see like what the color scheme is supposed to
Yeah.
be for that. What the art style is supposed to be, because the sculpt is one
Yeah.
thing, but the paint job would be even more interesting, I think. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we need to talk about this. This is serious.
Serious talk.
And oh my god, I just about exploded. Well, like my head exploded like the figure
Yeah.
itself when I saw this.
Oh my
It's
god.
just
Like,
imagine how this is going to look when it's colored.
an absolute rainbow, like Skittles, the figure.
Yeah,
Ugh, I
pretty
need
much.
this
And
in my life.
every brother is just encapsulated
Mhm.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Glorious.
And it makes me very happy that I didn't buy any of the Nendoroids, because now I can just have this and it'll be perfect. Although I
Yeah.
would be quite curious to know what size it'll be,
Yeah.
because they haven't listed a scale. I'd probably be
That's
non-scale,
true.
because I mean, how do you scale
Yeah.
how do you scale that really? But even so, even if it's just like a smaller figure, I think it'll make a very nice kind of just piece.
Definitely.
It doesn't have to be massive, but yeah, that's gonna look absolutely killer, and that'll be a day one purchase for
Yeah,
sure.
I think out of all the ones we talked about, this is definitely the one that I like, that I need
Looking forward to the
get.
most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree with that actually. Yeah,
Definitely have to save up my money for that one.
Yes, we have your name scales.
Yeah.
Um,
Still got to see this. I'm so hyped. Ugh.
I know this isn't the only scale being done. I think Flair might actually be working on their own, so I would probably get that. This one is a little bit too simple for
Yeah.
my liking, but the other draw card for GSC is that they've already announced the I forget his name, Taki, the dude protagonist in
Yeah.
Your Name. So, like, if you wanted both, then you'd obviously get one with the other.
Those would look good together, yeah.
Yeah.
They announced Nendroids for them
Yes,
too, right?
they did.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, yes. So, obviously, we had Rem, who's already gone on pre-order. And so we have RAM announced as well, which was inevitable. I really like how the bases interconnect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like it much more than RAM just individually. I think it feels much more complete. Although I find it funny, Ram's facial expression is very, like, it gives me the impression that she's like she's looking at Rem and she's almost jealous of the popularity and success and all the scale figures that she's getting, and she's just like, God, what makes her so good?
It's the boobs. It has to be.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so the only Kotobukiya figure which I took note of is Victor from Yuri on Ice, but what's interesting about this one is that they decided to go with his like suit manager coach version, which I think is a really smart move, because like all the figure companies would be looking at, you know, a skating pose, you know. But here Koto of like, well, we're going to do something different and we're going to go with the coach version, which I think is a very smart move. Yes, this is Racing Miku 2016.
I love Racing Miku.
Yeah, this isn't Racing Miku. This is like Bicycle Racing Miku, though. This isn't like the GT Racing Miku. But regardless, I still really like it. Although her chest is actually rather large, but I don't know if that's just because it's like, what's the word? It's more prominent because she has that bag strap down the middle. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, that might be it. I'm not sure.
But either way, I do like it. I think it'd be a really cool figure.
It's very cool, yeah.
And I am yet to own a Racing Miku, but maybe, just maybe, it might be my first. Who knows? We go on to Fat Company, who, of course, are getting on the Rem bandwagon, and I don't know who told Rem that that is appropriate clothing for a wedding. I think it's supposed to go slightly more formal, but I'm sure people wouldn't complain.
No, of course not. I wouldn't.
This figure to me just screams like fatter, like we have no dignity. We're just gonna pander to the lowest common denominator, and we don't care. We don't care about integrity. We just want that money. And you know what?
Trying to hide it.
They're so blatant about it, and it's probably gonna work. Next figure is by QuezQ, and they're doing another 7th Dragon 2020 figure. And it's of Samurai, but it's the maid version of the Samurai. So
I like that.
Combining two of the greatest things about Japanese culture, samurai and maids. And I mean, it's going to be hard to resist that figure, surely.
That plate in her hand looks pretty cool too.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be really curious to see how that will... Like, I'm sure like the food will be like about to tip over or something. It'll be really dynamic. And kind of reminds me of the Altair's working figures.
Oh, yeah.
The way, like, the water is splashing outside of the glass and all that. Last figure is by Union, and it's, I think this may be, believe it or not, with all the Mikus out there, I think this may be the very first one, which is Halloween-based.
Really? The first one?
The very first one, yeah.
That's nice looking.
It looks like a really good one as well. And it's pretty rare to see a Miku figure that isn't by Good Smile Company or Max Factory or something like that. But this is Union having a crack at it, and I like it. I probably wouldn't get it because I'm not really that big of a Halloween guy, but I still think it'll turn out nicely. Yep. And that was all the announcements for Wonfes, well, that I care about at least. In the next video, we'll be talking about updates. So... hopefully you'll watch, please, maybe?
maybe.